Welcome back. Today, let us see data file handling. How to handle data files in C++. In data file handling, see, normally when we do a simple program to display a message or to read a number and to display, we use cin cout, isn't it? So in place of cin, we use an ifstream object, input file stream object. In place of cout, we use an OF stream object, that is output file stream object. What is the header file needed for this data file handling? fstream.h. And let's proceed. Let us see some C++ programs, how they are executing, how it will work out in C++. See, so to display one single message, what do we use in C++? Simple cout. But cout, what is it doing? See, when we execute and see, output is coming on the console, right? See, previous output is concatenated here. To clear that, we use clear screen. So clear screen, which header file? Conio.h. Okay. Now let's execute and see where is this output coming. Hello world. But when after some time, if you want to see that output again, you have to execute and see. But user may not be interested in that. We wanted to keep a backup of what we have done, or how that program is giving output and all. Sometimes we may be writing programs in big applications when we are doing on that. So that backup we wanted to store, isn't it? Whatever the output is coming, that also we want to store. So in such cases, where do we want to store? In another file, isn't it? So how to do that is only dealt by data file handling. See, now what do we do? See, when we are writing cout is already defined in iostream.h. But we wanted to define our own object. See, this object every time it is not using the same file, but output file is same, isn't it? Input file also same, cin cout when we are using. But here we wanted to use different files at different circumstances. That's what we will define our own file. See, OF stream effort, OF stream for output file stream. Effort is the object we are going to use, which is similar to cout. And then what is that effort? Which file is that effort? That is where you want to send the output. That is, suppose if you are giving lines.txt, that means you want to send your output to lines.txt. Clear? So then you similar to cout only effort. So we can write the message like that. Then you close. This much is clear. Now you compile and execute and see whether that output is there, anything is there in the console. Nothing is there. Then where is our output? In the file. Very good. What is that file name? Lines.txt. Let's open and see lines.txt. Lines.txt is created. So we need not create in advance. If file doesn't exist, it will create. If file exists, it will open that same file and write the content. Okay? So whatever we have written in the effort, it has come here. Clear? This much is clear. What is data file handling? Nothing to worry. Simple C++ programs only. Instead of cin cout, what we are doing? fin effort. Now you see, let us read from the lines.txt only and count how many characters are there. How many alphabets are there. Clear? So how many alphabets are there? Let's do. Now open, otherwise save as this program only, data file handling, second question. Okay. So now what are we doing? Now once the output is sent to that file, we want to read from that file. So for reading, which stream to be used? Which stream? Input stream. We are reading. Reading is cin we have done. Now similar to cin, here fin. Okay. So from which file we are reading? Lines.txt. From the same file we are reading, right? After reading, after declaring that file, we have to read. How do we read? Cin, how do we read? Cin, that variable name, variable of some type, character type or integer type, something we are doing, isn't it? So now the content is welcome to C++. What type of content it is? Is it a numerical content or numerical data? No, no. So it is character string. So character by character we have to read to count number of characters. So we need character type, and we need a count also, isn't it? So count of characters in the given text file lines.txt. So we are reading scene. Scene will do. Scene is from reading from console. But from where we are reading? From the file. So which object to be used? fin. Clear? So fin, what are you reading? 1c. But here when you are reading characters and strings, better you use getter functions. Get ch, get char, get che, or gets like that. So getter function to be used. So fin dot get one character at a time. Okay, so after that, after reading first character, immediately we will finish up our work. No, no, next character also to read, to be read. Like that, how long we will proceed? As long as we haven't reached the end of file. There is already predefined function in Xstream, that is EOF. It will give you end of file character of the file. Every string ends with a null character. No? Similarly, every file also ends with one null character. So that end of file character. If it is not end of file character, read one more character. Read one more character. Like that, read one more character and then count plus plus. So after that, what are we supposed to do? See out how many characters are there. So number of characters in the given file. In the given file, how many are there? Count number of characters are there. After finishing our work, what are we supposed to do? Whatever file we have used, that is to be closed. Right? So now it is successful. Now let us execute and see. Is there anything in the number of characters in the file? How many? 17. In the console we are displaying. Now let us see. See how many characters we have given. \n, then space character, then W E L C O M E 2 space T O space C plus plus. How many total? Count. \n is new line, one character. Next space W E L C O M E space T O C plus plus. Space, two more spaces. So 17 characters, correct? So your output is correct. Understood? Clear? Is it clear? Is there anything difficult to do this data file handling? Suppose already we don't want to send output now. We don't want to write contents into the file now. But already existing file if you want to read. So what do? We can open that file and type whatever data you wanted to type. Okay, something. So something we can type also. Understood? So now save this and execute and see how many characters are there. That lines.txt, whatever content is there, that only it will read now. We are not writing into the file, directly we are reading from the file. And after reading the file, we are just displaying in the console how many characters are there. Clear? 61 characters are there. Now if you want to have a clear screen, before cout you can write a clear screen. Otherwise, after all declarations, put a clear screen to have every time fresh output screen window. Clear? So this is how we do data file handling, that is text file handling. Okay, so before proceeding for CBSE that questions and all, I will show you how to handle dat files also. See, this is textual information. So textual information we are reading character by character. But if it is integer, we cannot read by character. Na? Integer occupies 2 bytes, but character occupies 1 byte only. So the data, how it is stored, it is differing from character to integer. Operations also are differing. If you take those integers also, if you read those integers as characters, do we get the correct output? No, na? So output will differ. Whatever intended you will not get, there will be some error. So dat files to be processed in different way. We use read method to process dat file. Suppose if we want to read some f1.dat file. Okay, so before that let us put some integer into it. One integer I am showing. Generally we read a number, see out, enter a number. We are reading from the console, and whatever we are entering there in the console, we wanted to send it to output file. So which output file? What is that? f1.dat. Okay, we will send to f1.dat. That is, we are writing, right? OF stream we have to use, isn't it? F out. What is the file name? f1.dat. f1.dat. Clear? That is in the output mode. So whatever we have read from the console, that we are sending to our file. Then close that file. Now you read from the file. So what are we reading? We are reading an integer, isn't it? We are not doing any count and all, isn't it? Just whatever it is there in that file, one integer only is there. Okay, so that we are reading and displaying on the screen. We want to read X. Okay, how we are writing? Just like scene only, similar to scene only. So now the given integer is, or the given number is, we are just displaying it on the screen to see how it is functioning. Done. So fin is also closed. Now let's compile, let's execute, enter a number. Suppose 5 is entered. Let's see what is the number. 5 is there, 5 aa gaya. But if you open and see f1.dat, it will be in some different format. Sometimes, because here only one number it is coming, but if it is an object, so the number of bytes it is occupying will differ. Every type it is differing. So you may see some special characters also. Directly you cannot open and process the data of that file. Clear? Now let's proceed and do for one object of any structure. Okay, so instead of integer, what are we going to read? One structure. Suppose struct book we are reading. So struct book is having one integer, that is book number or account number or accession number. Clear? And then book name. Name of the book. Name of the book is always a string. What are we reading? Enter book accession number. Then whatever we read, that will go into book object. So we have to take a variable of type book. So v dot accession number, SCNO. And then we have to read name of the book also. Right? See out. Enter name of the book. Okay. Scene b dot name. Or scene will use or gets we use? Gets. So gets is in which header file? Even name is inside the structure also. We are reading name of that particular book. Yeah, it can be. Then it will become local to main function. Structure, if you are taking inside the main function, that is accessible only that main function, within that main function. Clear? So if structure is outside, not only in the main function, if you have some other functions, there also it is accessible. That is global. Okay, after reading, where are we writing? We are writing one object. If you are just using insertion operator just like cout, it cannot be processed. So there is a write method. What are we writing? We are writing one object of book, that is B, and that is the starting address. We are giving first parameter as a starting address pointer, and from there how many bytes? Size of B, this much to be written into the file. After writing into the file, now we want to read. Okay, so how do we read? Fin will read one variable only, right? One value only at a time, but we want to read one object at a time. That object is having account, accession number and name, and if you have some other details also, some other data members in the structure, everything to be read. Okay, that means entire object to be read. So fin dot read. What is the method we use in that file handling? If structures or any other objects are coming, read method to read, write method to send output. Read method and write method have similar structure. That is, parameters are same. Clear? So size of book, from the starting address of B till that size, how many bytes it occupies, that entire object you read at a time, and the given book details. Now, what are the book details? B dot ACCNO, and then you display what is it? B dot name. Okay, book B only we have taken. So one book's details only we are writing, we are reading, isn't it? So once your work is over, after reading everything is over, then you close it. What is error? Get should have a prototype. What is the header file to be included for gets? stdio.h. Errors, function call missing. So here size of B and then write method also to be closed. Why this char star? Actually write method is already defined. We are not defining. So that method is defined in such a way that first parameter is char star. Read method also defined in such a way that first parameter is char star. But we are giving the address of book, not the address of a character. But both are pointers only, both are addresses only. So one number can be, is compatible not to change from one number to another number. Both are compatible or not? This is also number, this is also number. This is also address, this is also address. So what are we doing? Typecasting. Address of B, we are forcing it to be char star. Explicit type conversion. Now let's execute and see, is there any other error? No. So let's proceed. Enter accession number. Okay, 1. Name of the book C++. Now you see output. The given book details are 1 C++. Clear? Now if you open and see what is that f1.dat, you see? Understood now what I am telling? So when there are combination of data items, the storage is hexadecimal format. Okay, if you open in a textual editor, you will not understand what is it. Clear? So, but you are getting output or not? Yes or no? So, this is stored in a object format. So, there is a combination of integer and name together, and character is occupying how many bytes? 10 bytes here, and integer is occupying 2 bytes, and the format of storage is different because it is numerical value and character is string value, that is textual information. So combined together. If you open and see, you will not get. But when you are reading and writing using the proper methods, you can access it. Now suppose if you have array of books, that is 50 students in a class or 100 students in a class. So how do we do? Suppose 10 students, 10 books in a library. So we will be taking a loop int I is equal to 0 to I less than 10 I plus plus whatever you are reading that will go into ith account number, and then here I clear. So this and all will be in the loop. And immediately after reading one book you will be writing, isn't it? So what are you writing? You are writing ith book details. Ith book details. Now when you are reading also, how many times you have to read? Because 10 books are there, 10 times you have to read or not? Yes or no? So we will be reading for int I is equal to 0 to I less than 10 I plus plus. If you want, if you know how many objects are there in advance. Otherwise, as long as the file is not end of file, you keep reading. Here, ith book. We are reading one object at a time. So, ith book at a time. See, for name, title of the book we will display. Multiple declaration for I. Already int is declared, so from that line it is throughout the program it is integer only. Structure required on the left hand side of dot and star, you see. B of I. Is there any other error? No. So now let's proceed. Enter accession number 1, book name, sum A. Okay, enter account number 2, book name B, 3, C, 4, D, 5, E, 6, F, 7, G, 8, H, 9, I. 10 books, na? So 10th book J. Okay. You see? What the output? The given book details are 5E, 6F, 7G. But what happened? Somewhere in between. So before proceeding, what do we do? Na? F in the file pointer to bring it to the beginning. Okay. So seek G 0. 0 is file pointer is now brought to beginning location. And when you are saving such kind of data, better you open it in a binary mode. IOS : binary. So here also it should be opened in binary mode. Now let's execute and see. Let's clear screen. Now if you see, got correct output? Understood? So what is the mistake? There is nothing mistake, but if you are not opening it in a proper mode, it is unable to retrieve data in the proper condition, proper format. Clear? If you store it in the binary format, then the formats will not change. Integer how it has to be stored, that way only it will store. Character how it has to be stored, that way only it will store. Is it clear? So now you know how now we have done how to read and how to write. Once it is data file, dat file also we have done both operations. Sometimes the question may be, how many objects are there? How many objects are there? See, here we may not be knowing how many objects are there. Then what do we do? While, as long as that file content exists, na, so not fin.eof, you keep reading, and after reading you just increment the count. How many objects you want to find out, isn't it? So for that reason, so int count equal to 0. And here display number of objects in the given file. How many objects? Count number of objects. Okay, in the previous case what we have done? We have done 10 objects. That is a loop. That is known to us. Clear? So now let's execute. Enter accession number 1, A, 2. This is first we are reading. Sometimes already file exists. We need not again reread. How many objects? Number of objects 11. Why 11? What is count initially? 0. Okay, one more. Okay, here end of file is also taken into consideration, and then abnormal program termination. Next, when it has read, no, that is end of file. That is also once it is doing read operation. So what we can do is after coming out, we can reduce one and display. Now you see, we don't want to reread. Already we have read, na? Clear? So just from this and all, we don't want to do now. Already we have done in the previous file, previous program. This much. We are not sending output. We are just reading from existing file. Okay, and we are displaying it. Undefined symbol I. Okay. I is not needed. Now we are not using any for loop here. Just we are reading it and displaying it. So book B itself is sufficient. We are not reading full array at a time. One object at a time we are displaying. Okay. So now ith subscript is not needed. One object we are reading, we are displaying, and next object we are reading and we are displaying. So we are not need not store it in another array. You see, number of objects 10. We'll do one clear screen here. Clear? So all objects are displayed. So 10 is displayed twice. That's what it has. It is giving count is 11. Samjhe again? So if you understood, now proceed for CBSE papers. Wishing you all the best. Practice a lot. Question number 4 of CBSE question papers. either Delhi or outside Delhi, doesn't matter, only there is slight difference between Delhi question paper and outside Delhi question paper. Only terminology they will change, or the titles they will change. Clear? So practice last 5 years question papers and come back for the next class. If you have any doubts, you can you are always welcome to ask me, and keep enjoying C++ coding. Keep watching for further videos, further lessons. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.